Hello, this is Wajahat and we offer online tutoring of statistics and MBA assignment help. So today what we are explaining is about what is null hypothesis and what is alternative hypothesis. So null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is denoted by H naught. This H naught is denoted by H naught. Generally it is a statement. Generally it is a statement which tells us about the status quo, that whatever is going on that is already accepted is true. Whatever is going on, whatever is already told by the people is true. For example, the mean age of people living in Japan, the life expectancy in Japan is 82 years. So that's a null hypothesis. People have already accepted it. People have already accepted this claim. A machine, second statement is, for example, a machine is filling soft drink bottles and each bottle is filled with 250 ml liquid. So this is a null hypothesis. We will take that as a null hypothesis. The statement, the claim, status quo, or sometime the wording that there is no difference between the two values will be treated as null hypothesis. There is no relationship between the two will be treated as null hypothesis, or a status quo. Whatever is already accepted by the majority will be taken or as a value of null hypothesis. Usually researchers hope to disprove or reject the null hypothesis on the basis of alternative. So the burden of proof, whatever hypothesis testing will be done, so main role will be played by the alternative hypothesis, and we define the alternative hypothesis in such a way the objective is to reject null hypothesis, but how successful we will be in rejecting null hypothesis, that will be decided on the basis of question to question. Okay, so alternative hypothesis, it is denoted by HA. The burden of proof is on the alternative hypothesis. It is a statement which assumed that status quo is false. So now the mainly we have H naught and HA. H naught will be the null hypothesis and HA will be the alternative hypothesis. Clear? So how we construct the null and alternative hypothesis? I have chosen 3 different examples, and after looking on these examples you will be able to define that this will be our null hypothesis and this will be the alternative. Null and alternative hypothesis for a population mean. Null and alternative hypothesis can be on the basis of a population mean, can be on the basis of standard deviation, can be on the basis of proportion. But today we are mainly focusing on the basis of population mean, that a population mean will be given. That will be definitely, whatever will be the population mean, that will be treated as claim. For example, the average age of people living in Japan, average life expectancy in Japan is 82 years. We are saying, for example, let's assume we are taking it as 82 years. So what we do, we will say null hypothesis will be H naught mu is equals to 82 years. Okay. Now, so 82 is the age. 82 years is the life expectancy in Japan. Now we have 3 different options. Alternatives. So what we do, either we can say that the HA will be mu is not equals to 82, or mu is not equals to mu naught. Either we can say that mu is greater than 82 or mu is greater than mu naught. Okay, or the third option, mu is less than 82 or mu is less than 82 or mu is less than mu naught. So these are the only three options for an alternative hypothesis. We don't have any fourth alternative hypothesis. We can take only the three one. Either the value will be taken as less than, either it will be taken as greater than, or either it will be is not equals to. But in all the three conditions, our null hypothesis, null hypothesis is not equals to. Our null hypothesis H naught will be equals to. Alternative is not equal to, greater than, or less than. That's all. Now I want to tell you one of the most important point. For example, whatever will be the claim, whatever will be the status quo, mainly the statement about the population, whatever will be the statement which is already accepted about the population, about machinery, about anything, that will be on the basis of that null or null and alternative hypothesis will be developed. What does it mean? It means the values. Usually, most of the time, you will find the values of sample, that the sample mean is this and the sample standard deviation is this. You will not use those values to construct null and alternative hypothesis. So we are making the three statements. I have already written three different examples. The example number 1. The test of the breaking strength of 6 ropes manufactured by a company showed a mean breaking strength of 7750 Newton and a standard deviation of 145 Newton. Whereas the manufacturer claimed a mean breaking strength of 8000 Newtons, can we support the manufacturer's claim at a level of significance of 5%? Means 0.05. So this is a complete question, and by using this question I will explain that how null and alternative hypothesis will be developed. So look at this. A manufacturer, a test of the breaking strength of 6 ropes. It means we are taking a sample of 6 ropes. Manufactured by a company showed a mean breaking strength of 7750 and a standard deviation of 145 Newton. Whereas the manufacturer claimed a mean breaking strength of 8000 Newtons. So how the null and alternative hypothesis will be developed? We will not take the value of sample. We will only consider the claim of manufacturer. So 8000 is the claim. So what we drew, H naught mu is equals to 8000, and when a sample is taken and we have found that 7750, it means 7750 is less than 8000. So alternative hypothesis will be developed to check the strength of rope, that whether mu is less than 8000. So this will be the null hypothesis and this will be alternative. We have not used the value of 7750 which belongs to sample. This is the main point to note. Okay, now come to example number 2. In the past, a machine has produced washers having a thickness of 0.50 millimeter. This means that a machine is continuously producing, or what we are thinking, that the machine produced washer having a thickness of 0.50 millimeter. To determine this claim, to determine the machine is working properly, a sample of 10 washers is chosen for which the mean thickness is 0.53. We have chosen 10 washers and we have find out that the mean of those washers is 0.53 with the standard deviation is 0.03. Test the hypothesis that the machine is in proper working condition at 1% level of significance. Forget the level of significance. We are just developing the null and alternative hypothesis. So look at this. Whatever the claim is 0.50. The claim is 0.50. So H naught, we will take the value of already accepted claim, which is 0.50. On the other hand, the sample of 10 has shown that the thickness is 0.53. So what we do, we make an alternative that whether this 0.50 is changed, has increased. So what we do, greater than sign. We put a greater than sign is 0.50. That whether the null hypothesis has increased, whether the thickness has increased from 0.50 to 0.53. So we make an alternative hypothesis that HA mu is greater than 0.50. So this will become null. This will become alternative. Clear? And the last example, a report states that out of wedlock birth ratio for white teens nationwide is 45. That the people are giving birth to babies without having marriage will be called out of wedlock. A report states that out of wedlock birth ratio for white teens nationwide is 45. Out of every 100 babies, there are 45 babies, those are without marriage. So now we are going to check this claim. Based on a random sample of 100 white teens who gave birth to a baby, you find that 52 births to teens were out of wedlock. So now you are going to check that whether the mean. So now we will check. That whether the mean is greater than 45. So how we make the null and alternative hypothesis? So the null hypothesis H naught will be mu is equals to 45. This is the null. This is already accepted. This is the study conducted on thousands of people. But then the researchers plan to take a sample of only 100 people. So alternative will be that mu is greater than 45. Look at this. We are only considering the values of already accepted claim, or the population mean is taken in the null or alternative hypothesis. We are not taking the value 52 while making alternative or null hypothesis. So kindly memorize this point. That's all from my point of view. Still, if you have any question, you can write down in comments and we will write down the null and alternative hypothesis for you. Thanks for watching my video. Take care.